Sen bu saçları ağarttık mısın?
Yok ağartmadım benim.
Sen buralarda bizim yemek
Şurada. Ve gelirken İnşallah İbrahim burada olsa. Şarap yapalım. Yeah, Friday. Yeah. Yes. Right.
Nice to see you again. Our friend is here. Clearly, I don't pay you.
In Sweden, they're going very international, and he invented some new.
Galatasaray'da o vardı o kitabında falan. Onları o kadar mutlu oldu. Ondan sonra Mats'a dedim ki abi şu
Sizden geldi yani olay. Ne güzel oldu.
Hayır çok yani anlatamam. Böyle başka bir insan o eski günleri şey yapıp böyle. O çok nefis bir şey. Ne diyeyim? Elinize sağlık mı? Ağzınıza sağlık mı? Kafanıza sağlık mı? Ne diyeyim? Bilmiyorum.
Türkiye'deki Türkler artık bu kadar güzel Türkçe konuşamıyor çoğu biliyorsunuz.
Türkçe.
Bozuldu.
Evet, hem nasıl?
Bozuldu. Anlamıyorsun yediklerini. Bir acayip bağırmalar falan. Profesörler çıkıyor televizyona. Konuşamıyorlar Türkçe. Öyle bir şey oluyor.
Tabii spikerler bilmem ne. O da bir moda mesleği. Onlar yani iki heceyi birleştirip şey yapamıyorlar. Telaffuz edemiyorlar yani. Marian Koma. Koma eski
Voleybol,
Zeker.
Yes.
Welcome.
It is a real pleasure for me. I'm thrilled to host zulfu livaneli in this house for a very happy occasion, which is the launching of his. Is it your second book in Swedish? Of his second book in Swedish, the beautiful novel called Serenade for Nadia. I don't know if zulfu livaneli needs to be introduced to you, but I may perhaps say a few words about him, which shall of course be not sufficient at the end, I know that. Zulfu livaneli is probably the most important writer that we have today. Whatever he writes becomes immediately a bestseller. He not only writes fiction, but also non-fiction. He writes plays. He's a columnist. Whatever writing is involved, he's there. But he's not only a writer, he's also a very important musician. By musician, I not only mean somebody who plays an instrument, which he does, but he also sings, he composes. He has composed something around 300 songs in Turkey, which have all become very popular. And he has also composed a rhapsody, New Age rhapsody, which is a real masterpiece, which I listen very often, and which I will play in a couple of minutes. What else? He has directed films. He has been in politics. He wants me to stop there. Zulfu livaneli.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all for coming, for being here. I'm delighted.
Thank you.
Where's the word? You have the word.
Okay. Well, after that, what can I say? Not so much about zulfu, maybe. But I can say that my name is Lars Molin. I'm from the publishing house, Molin and Sorgenfrey. This is my partner, Simon Sorgenfrey, who has published this book by zulfu, Serenade. But for us, it all started about 3 years ago with this little jewel that is called Enöcken och ormen in Swedish. We got an email with this manuscript translation from a person that we have never heard from before, called Mats Andersson, a translator. And we looked at the manuscript and we just fell in love with it. So that's where it started for us. And we published this book in 2012. And we had a very nice reception in Istanbul, where we met zulfu for the first time. I think already there we started talking about Serenade. And of course, we wanted Mats to do the job again. He wanted to, so we were really happy for that. And the process has been ongoing since then. And now this is the result from the past couple of years. And we're really happy that you're here, zulfu, and we'll be here for a couple of days. This is the first night. I'm not going to say so much about the book, but leave that to Mats and to you to talk about the content and what the book is about. Maybe you can start.
Okay, let me say a few words. İyi akşamlar, good evening. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank to my dear friend Kaya Türkmen, Mr. Ambassador, for this wonderful occasion, and we gathered here. And I knew him from Paris when he was in Paris. I was there as well. I mean, he's my old friend. These wonderful two intellectuals from Sweden. So they're very keen on because I mean, translation, Turkish author translation from Turkish to Swedish is quite rare. For instance, my dear late friend Yaşar Kemal, who died unfortunately, I mean, his books, I mean, when I was here in the 70s, he was an immense bestseller here, his books, but translated from Connect, I mean, directly from the original language to Swedish. So that's, I'm grateful to this and nice publications. But let me tell a few words before you are going to tell your interesting stories, but let me tell this serenade became an important book in Turkey. First in Turkey, then in Germany and other countries as well. Because this part of Turkish history in Second World War, and this about a ship, about German professors in Istanbul, and this period of time was not known by Turks, is not known by Turks. They don't know anything about it. I mean, first time they learned about a very big tragedy happened during the Holocaust in Istanbul, and which called Stroma, a ship has been sank and bombed and sank in Turkish waters, and it stopped 71 days somewhere in Istanbul harbor, and they didn't want to believe the readers, and they checked on the internet. They read this book with internet and the book at the same time. And every page they said, oh, this is true, this is true, this is also true. This was a kind of a shock. But what happened afterwards, the impact of literature is important, I think, because there was a big press coverage as well about this book. And then, first time, 2 years ago, the Jewish community in Istanbul organized a memorial day for these victims, almost 800 victims, Jewish victims from that ship. And now, before I came here, I was invited to Sarayburnu, organized by your ministry, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Minister of Culture was there as well, personally. I mean, Turkish state officially acknowledged the incident. There was no information and nothing. It was kind of a hidden case until now. But now Turkish state says officially, okay, we kind of apologize for what happened. It was a war tragedy. And then I was there, and when I saw the minister and the chief rabbi put flowers in the very the spot of this ship stuck there, I was a little bit moved because I contributed one drop to this
No, so
event.
I believe that is all thanks to you. It's thanks to the book that they had that commemoration, I believe. Unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
it's not one drop.
Tack så mycket.
No, det är helt införtjänst.
Yeah, fortsätt.
I believe. No, I just wanted to say that.
Okay, then
But
I
also
also thank you for my old friends. I had the opportunity to see my very old friends here, and the personalities, my friends like Sigrid and Kai Hoffman, and some other friends. All welcome, and thanks again to you, Kaya. Thank you.
for being here.
All true incidents and true personalities, they believe that my protagonists are also real. They called the publishing house and they said, can I get the number of Professor Wagner? I said, no, that's fiction.
Yes. But Zulfu, why do you think your book had so big success in Turkey?
I don't know. I mean, but people, I don't know, they like to read it. And
Yeah.
because of course, there is one point of this tragic incident, history, recent history, and so on. But I think most of the readers in Turkey are female. I can say 80% of the readers are female. So I get maybe here as well, huh?
I believe.
Yeah, I get every day, even now, after so many years, and I still get emails and messages and Facebook messages and so on from the readers. The female readers are very concentrated on this love affair, love story
Yeah.
between Maximilian and Nadia.
Yeah,
So I think this is the biggest effect of the book.
yeah. I thought
And
about,
they, before Mustafa Kemal, the Ottoman intelligentsia had no other way to create some identity as Turkish. So that's why Turkish identity is kind of a symbolic identity. It doesn't necessarily refer to the blood or the race, because we are coming from all over the places. I don't know where are you. What was your?
I'm
From
one
Rumeli.
quarter Bosnian.
Yeah, Bosnian. Yeah, because he's handsome. That's why. I mean, the handsome people come from the European side of the empire.
You must be coming from there.
It's very interesting. My ancestors, for instance, come from Georgia, not in the States, but my family come from identities,
Yeah.
multi-identities in a Republican, democratic way.
and I believe it's just because of that your book had such great success.
Because they're
Because-
searching identities,
Yeah,
yeah.
but before I told you, I read about the history of Turkey before,
Yeah.
but I never really understood it. Before reading your book, you understand me. It made me feel it. It made me understand it in a deeper sense, and that's a proof of the power of literature. And of course, it's also a compliment to your talent. Yes, because yes, it made me think about things I never thought about before. Yeah.
So this book became bestseller in Germany too, because it is, I mean, part of German history. The part of, protagonist is German, but they don't know either about anything about this incident. I mean, so many things about Holocaust, but this part of thing is hidden under the shadow. Yeah.
It's true.
From Turkish, I mean, this is very important.
No, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Only a pleasure. It wasn't work either. As with your first book, it was only pleasure.
Thank you. Because it's a big book, I mean, so you think...
This one was bigger, of
Yeah,
course.
bigger, yeah. But first, could you please tell to our friends, I mean, what happened to find my... how did you find my first book in Istanbul?
Oh, you're certain? Okay, you remember the story.
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
the story. You told in Istanbul Swedish
Yes.
Institute. In
The
Istanbul.
first time I met Zulfu in Istanbul, he asked me why I translated the book. Because
We didn't know each other before.
No. Because once the Turkish state once gave me a small scholarship to study in Istanbul, Turkish. And one day I was strolling around Sahaflar. They sell books, old books, second-hand books and things, near Beyazit. And there was a man. He was obviously homosexual, and he started to follow me around. He wouldn't leave me alone. And I couldn't get rid of him. And he was a bookseller. So I thought, maybe if I buy a book, he will leave me alone. And I look around, what should I take? And then I saw a book, typical Oriental style, like the back of a naked female. And possibly it was like an impulse to prove my heterosexuality. I take that one. And then I gave him money, and then I went. And like that, unfortunately at the time, I could not read it at all.
Yeah.
I tried with a dictionary.
Yeah.
Maybe in 3 hours I could read one page, and I didn't understand anything. Some years later, I found the book again in my bookshelf, and then I had improved a little, and now I could read it. So I translated it. And then I sent it to Lars Oxin, and that's a story about it. It was a very good, that book was so beautiful, so I wanted to make it accessible to Swedish people.
So then it means that we are grateful to Turkish homosexuals.
You could say that.
It's very funny.
It's a good story.
And the first time I came to this house, it's the year 74. And do you remember, Kai? Ecevit was prime minister. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
the bar is
you.
there.
Thank you.
As a publisher.
Bunun üstüne ilk defa bir şey oldu.
Şunların bir resmini alayım. Ya Suddar Borter, ya Tarom, en Nybil.
Man får inte ta damerna när de har
Nej.
Ser lite kul ut. Ja, men ser lite kul ut.
Nu är borta.
Ja, du är borta.
Ja, jag tar om. Bättre.
Åh, titta!
Eller hur? Det är
Ja,
bättre.
bättre.
Ja. Beni gidersin, farkında mısın? Beni itekliyor. Abi dedim, çekim yapıyoruz. Ne yanıma geçiyor dedi. Yok. Haksız yapıyor. Kıskanıyorum ben acayip. TRT'nin sorumlusu bile acayip. Abi nasılsın? Selamlar. Abi. Sen hakkımı tartışın. Merhaba. Ben izlemiyorum. Programı da daha sonra. Yok. Şimdi sen diyorum ki ben komünistim. Bu senden daha komünist.
Helal olsun.
He yani.
Zaten yakında lazım.
Yani vallahi gerçekten çok hayırlı.
O zaman anlat.
Aynen nasıl bir
Senin komşun nasıl?
Bir kere mesaj bıraktım.
Vallahi evet. En önemlisi şimdi sizin görüşünüz.
Ja. Jo.
Biraz yazmış ama biraz yer var.
Det ska vara lite sådär. Jag kan. Jag har jobbat där så länge.
My name is Claudia.
Claudia.
Jag ska ändra på en liten grej där jag säger det tydligare.
One eye more. I mean, this should be.
Stämma inte. Jag vet. Jag kommer att mixa det.
Thank you. So, shall I sign it for you? The name? Madeleine. French? Or how can I write it? Madeleine.
Yeah, the French style. And
French style.
yeah. Simon's wife was enchanted with this.